much better. Hi everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video on my channel. My name is Miss Redboots. I am a second year 4th grade teacher, but this video is not going to be very school related. It's going to be me enjoying my last week of summer because, girl, I deserve it. Already got a lot done today. Got my dentist appointment. You saw, spontaneous haircut. When my hair gets too long now, no. And even this is a little bit long, but since my hair is naturally wavy and curly, I know it's going to bounce up a bit. Like that's better. My mom is going to be mad though. So I'm half Pakistani, and my mom legally immigrated from Pakistan and everything, so she has a lot of values from her culture, and one of those values is girls are prettiest and they have the longest hair. But I don't know, I'm feeling the prettiest right now. Plan now is to go to Target. All right, you guys don't know this because you've only joined my life in the past minute, but I've been struggling a lot fashion-wise recently. Sorry, I said I wasn't gonna look at the camera. Last year as a teacher, not gonna lie, literally wore sweatpants multiple times. Not like all the time, not all week, just like the occasional Tuesday I would be like, you know what, I'm putting on joggers, okay? And it wasn't like pajama pants, okay? These were solid color, just soft pants, okay? With a graphic tee. And that's not a good look for your first year because already your students notice that you're young and don't take you seriously. So on top of that, me kind of dressing in that more childish, casual way, even though I felt comfy, like, that's just not how a teacher should dress, I guess. Maybe if I dressed more confidently, that would show. But then on the other side of the week, I would wear like a full-on blazer with matching slacks, white v-neck suit moment. I need a happy middle ground of both extremes because I can't do full suit every day, okay? As much as that would make me feel really sexy, I can't do that. And I also can't do the graphic tees and sweatpants every day because that's just not professional. So I need to find something that's professional but not too professional. And so that's the mission today, going to Target. Last year, I just felt like I looked in my closet, pieced something together that I thought was appropriate because all I have in my closet pretty much are crop tops. So I'm hoping that today I can go and find something, some like cute, something that is like what I would typically wear, right? Which is like maybe more colorful and a little bit more comfy, perhaps. But then also something that could be a little bit more elevated or dressed up. You know, like thinking like some corduroy pants or like maybe some simple solid color tops. I don't know. We're gonna see what we can find. Alright, so back home, loving the new haircut. I think I look so cute. I feel so fun and free, and anyone out there with long hair, you know, brushing just becomes a whole 20-minute procedure that you just hate. And my hair especially gets super tangled. So having it short like this, I just know is gonna be so much easier. Target bust. I was so upset. Just be me who just like doesn't know how a teacher is supposed to dress. Me, I just don't dress very girly in general, you know? I'm not into like the floral, cutesy tops. I'm into more of like the basic crop tops with like a graphic, like you see my Marvel one, high-waisted pants, you know, that's what I like to do. So trying to find my niche for teachers' outfits just has been a struggle and did not find my answer today. That's okay. You guys will see what I come up with. Did at Target though find this like plank of wood, which like makes me feel dumb for buying, but it's like 4 rulers. That's cute. So I went ahead with a pencil and wrote in, I don't know if you can see that, it says welcome to 4th grade, because last year, the first day of school, I actually gave every student a coloring page on it that said welcome to 4th grade as their warm-up or something. I gave them like 15 minutes to color it, but it was a very complex worksheet that I found, so the majority of them did end up being colored all the way by the time was done. And my plan was to take a picture of each student holding up that sign that they decorated, and then on Friday or something send it home to the parents with like a welcome letter. I want to do that again this year because I don't know, like, even though taking pictures and having physical pictures is so analog for the digital age that we live in, if I were a parent, I would want a picture of my kid on the first day of school. And I think like that kind of personal touch to be like a child's teacher like cares enough to like send me a picture. I don't know, it just makes it more intimate than just like a, hey, you know, your child blank did great today in the first week. I don't know, that's just me personally. You know, and I don't keep the picture, I don't share it anywhere, obviously, like share it with only the parents. And from what I've seen, like they have appreciated it. I don't know, that's just something that I wanted to do again this year. Instead of having the students color the welcome fourth grade, I was thinking, you know what, maybe I should just make my own and print it out. But then I thought, I don't know, why not just make one that I can keep forever in the classroom too? Like welcome to fourth grade is apparent every day, not just the first day of school. I could paint it, but thinking about using markers, just, I don't know, make it faster and neater, maybe more like etchy looking, you know, colored in the W. I'm trying to do a rainbow pattern, so like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. See, it does not have to be perfect. So I could just talk to you guys a bit while I do this. Last year, I made the mistake that I think a lot of first-year teachers make. A lot of the stuff that I ended up buying for my classroom, I didn't think about longevity of them. So when I was picking out stuff for my classroom this year, I made sure like, okay, is this something that can be laminated? Is this something that I can hang up again next year? Is this gonna last a full year, or is this something I'm gonna need to rebuy every year? Maybe I'll do a haul in a video later of stuff that I bought. Sorry, I know the angle kind of sucks. Oh, that's better. But like the sign, you know, it'd be cute maybe if every year I take pictures of my students holding it. I don't think yellow is gonna show up very well on this, so I think I'm gonna skip yellow. The orange I use is kind of orangish yellow. I'm gonna go right to green. I'm calling this video, I think, like new school year, new me, because obviously I'm having a new haircut. Trying to find my new sense of fashion didn't work out. Trying to find new things for my classroom, like during your first year teaching, every teacher, like, you definitely make a lot of mistakes, not like mistakes that my fourth graders last year aren't ready for fifth grade now, they are. I just mean mistakes as, oh, I should have focused on this more, or stressed this in the beginning of the year, or try to teach this way. You know, like some things you realize, not too late, of course, because I never think that there's like a expiration date on when you can change things in your life or in your relationships or in your career. Yeah. Let me back up. So the first half of last year, which was my first year teaching, I was in a honeymoon phase for a while where I was like, oh my God, I love my job. I love my students. They're my best friends. I'm their best friends. This is so great, right? That was so good for like building my student relationship, my classroom community, and finding myself as a teacher. That kind of led to my students seeing me as more of a friend, you know, and not so much as their adult figure, right? And of course, I want to be like the supportive teacher as much as I possibly can. I think the best teachers are the supportive teachers that students know that they can go to whenever they need something, and I love doing that for my students. But when it came time, I would say around like halfway through the first half of the year, so a quarter, when I tried to implement more strict rules, you know, or tried to make them understand like, hey, you know, I'm teaching, you're not talking, it felt unfamiliar for them and unfamiliar for me to see that in myself, because I had not started out the year like that. This year, I'm not gonna start out strict, because I know I'm not a strict teacher. I tried that, it didn't work. I spent a good first half of the year, like whenever I go for my lunch break in my car, I would cry, and I just felt like so miserable. Like, what am I doing wrong? I thought this was the job for me. I loved it. Now I hate every part of myself, because I find myself like talking to the children as if they've done something horrible wrong, when all they would do is like talk when I'm teaching, you know. And how do I have that relationship where they understand there's a time for talking and time for quiet. I think there's two ways teachers can do it. They can either be very heavy on the rules, so you can be strict with rules, or you can be strict with routine, right? If my students know that every time they walk in to my class, they have a warm-up, they sit down and do that warm-up. If they know that every time they come in after recess, they're supposed to sit down and grab a book. If they know that after they're done with their classwork, they're supposed to get out their writing journal and pick a extra writing prompt to write about, or resume working on this. Or this thing that my mentor teacher told me last year, and it really stuck with me, it's that if you don't give students something to do, they're gonna find something for themselves to do. They're gonna pick their own thing to do, and obviously it's probably not gonna be something you wanted them to do. So you have to have procedures in place so that they know what's expected of them. And I know that that can sound like a lot, but it's gonna make it so much easier for me, I think, this next year, because not only will my students know, okay, every Wednesday we're doing SEL learning, which is social emotional learning. It's gonna be so much easier for me to plan because I'm like, oh, tomorrow's Wednesday, that's SEL day. So then the students know what to expect, they work harder, they are more excited for certain activities because they know when they're gonna be. I have like a routine that I stick to schedule-wise for my lesson planning, and so I just think that's gonna help. You know, the goal here was to color and talk to you, but you know, there's just so much chemistry here that I just can't look away. Let me talk a little bit about why I wanted to start YouTube, because I almost called this video like why I wanted to start YouTube. As much as I would want to be one of those cool, hip, trendy YouTuber teachers, to be honest, I'm doing this more for me than for you guys. How do I say this? Like everyone else in the world, it seems, I'm dealing with my own mental health battles, and I'll probably do a video about this later just because I think it's good for me to try and form my issues into words. I have been in therapy for a lot of my life, to be honest, but more seriously therapy, like once a week therapy, for the past 2 years, where I've seen my therapist pretty consistently. We've done a deep dive into my depression, and I was diagnosed with anxiety, and a few months ago, I actually started going on medication for my anxiety. A lot of people have a stigma for taking medication for mental health reasons, you know, because it has that idea of, oh, your brain's not normal, and I don't know, like, it's like people think that if you have to take medication, then you've given up, or you aren't able to just be happy on your own, and you like aren't working hard to work through your issues. Like, why can't you just, I don't know, there's a lot of feelings around it, and I was really scared, to be honest, to get on medication, because in my mind, if I was going on medication, that means that I was like giving up or admitting that I wasn't normal, and that was super duper hard for me to do. To be honest, once I did, like, it felt really good to literally admit to somebody, hey, I'm having a super hard time and I don't know what to do, and I'm tired of pretending like every day is easy, because it's not. I was so scared of starting medication because I was thinking, oh, does that mean that I'm only going to be happy whenever I'm taking this drug? And if I'm like out having a fun time with my friends, which would make anyone happy usually, that wouldn't make me happy on its own. And when I'm out with my friends and on the drug, will I be like, oh wow, I'm only happy right now because of the drug, not my friends? And then, you know, my therapist was like, that's such a pessimistic way of looking at it. And she said this thing that really helped me. She said, don't think about this drug as something that heals you, because it's not. Everyone knows that drugs and taking them don't magically help you get better. You have to help yourself from within. But she said, think about your depression, your anxiety, and your trauma as a mountain, right? And right now you're trying to climb up that mountain in heels, and it's very, very hard. But if you take this drug, this medication, that, you know, I went to a psychiatrist to get, she said, then you'll be walking up that mountain with snow poles, and they'll be helping you in digging into the ground, helping you get up that mountain. You still have to get up that mountain, and you still have to get up all on your own with your 2 feet in those heels, but you have these snow poles helping you. And then I started thinking of it less like a punishment and more as a chance for me to get up the mountain maybe faster or easier. Sorry, I know I just like ranted a bunch, and maybe not all of this will make it into the video because now I'm like, oh wow, that was crazy. But I wanted to start YouTube because I want a space that I can mentally check in with myself, and I'm very hyperactive when it comes to my anxiety. I'm working on a project, I'm feeling the best. Like, I don't feel the best when I have nothing to do. I feel the best when I'm working towards something. And I don't often take time to slow down. Like, it's really hard for me to slow down, talk out loud to myself or journal or anything. And so I was thinking, like, you know, making a YouTube channel where I'm a designated 15-20 minutes of my week is me talking out loud about my life and my problems and my week and just how I'm feeling and how everything's going could be really good for me. I'm trying to do that. And I know that this is kind of like a weird first video, but that's okay because I kind of wanted it to be that. I think I'm going to speed color the rest of this. All right, and that's the final product. I know that there are some like blank space here and here, but I'm probably gonna go and get like some, maybe like 3D stickers or something, like school themed, and like plug them in here to fill up that space. But I actually really like it. It's simple, but I think it'll pop in the pictures, like when the students are holding it, you know, I think that'd be cute. And then actually it has this rope on it so I can hang it up somewhere in my classroom. So if you guys are interested, I did get it from Target. This video is getting kind of long. I did not intend for it to be this long. I just want to say thank you so much if you did watch this. It really means a lot to me. I think I'm going to try and set out like weekly like vlog diaries just to kind of talk about my feelings because again, I think it's good and important for me. But I hope that you as well enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!